Oh, now they're going for my back. All right, or my kidneys or something. Yeah, they got. Oh, okay. Oh, where could that one be coming from? They're going after multiple spots at the same time. All right, so let me move quickly then. All right. I started out trying to make a regular video, but then because I'm charging my phone and I also wanted to do something. I wanted to show something with my phone. Um, but long story short, so I'm home trying to like get ready for my trip. You know, I'm excited. Haven't really left the tri-state area. Haven't left the tri-state area and probably ever since my targeting started. It's probably been a few years since I left the tri-state area. Anyway, so as I'm here trying to get everything straightened away, you know, V2K, they got me broadcasted. You know, however many people of New York City is all watching. They're letting me know, Chris, you have no idea. Secret society this, secret society that. Nobody's gonna help you. You by yourself. Da da da. You have no idea. That's all I mostly catch is them saying, "You have no idea. You have no idea." I mean, and that's I kind of already accepted that as basically repetitive conditioning to try to make me feel as if like I don't know what I am experiencing, or I don't know anything about what I'm experiencing, or whatever the case may be, which may be true because I don't study torturing people. Um, I feel like that's for I don't know. I don't study torturing people, so um, yeah, because I mean, yeah, I don't study torturing people. And there's nothing that I have that anyone should feel the need to want to torture me for. When you torture somebody, it's usually to get information from them, or you're sick and you actually like to see someone in pain and being tortured and they can't defend themselves and stuff like that. So either way, it's not that they're trying to get information from me because, well, technically they have my brain and my memories uploaded to the cloud and real time decoding all of my electrical impulses. So it's not like they're trying to get information from me. So obviously they just actually like seeing people being tortured, raped electronically, or red rooms. Who knows? Because the audience that they probably have is some sick, twisted people, and then they walk around every day. Probably got on suits and it's probably your mailman or it's probably like a construction guy you walk past every day. Either way, you never know until you actually get proof. Don't stress over who you think it is because you could possibly be wrong. Anyway, Um, that's why in my videos I don't mention particular people because I don't have proof that it's this said person. So I don't mention people because I don't have proof that it's particular people. If it was particular people, then I would address them myself rather than going through this whole channel of like doing the online videos and shit like that. Cause I mean that's just what you would do. Normal people handle problems normally. There's usually a chain or a process of things that you do to handle a problem with someone. First thing you do is you use your words. No one ever used words with me to let me know that they had a problem with me. They just automatically just jumped in and just started doing stuff. Um, But then I used to think this probably stemmed from the March 2020 incident with the guy who basically he hit some girl. Well, I don't know. She had blood on her, so he probably didn't just hit her. He probably rocked her. Yes, mom.
Your suitcase too full to put this in there.
What? No, I don't want that.
I said, y'all have something to munch on the
Oh
train.
man, no, I'm all right. God, like every time when I try to get focused on something, somebody calling my attention for something, I really be trying to limit my distractions. Um, Damn, now I don't remember where I was at because remember that they're remote neural monitoring you. So if you are on a train of thought, that means you have a solid connection with neurons and you have that information steadily flowing. But the moment something breaks your concentration, they're right there to make sure you do not reconnect those neurons, using that light energy to make sure you do not reconnect your neurons. But anyway, so right, I'm in here just getting myself ready, trying to like, get make sure my travel information's right, the hotel stuff is right, whatever. Um, and I am overcoming the whole thing about taking on an apartment that I actually kind of don't want to be in, but I'm like, it's not about me anymore. I'm with another person, so it's like, all right. Um, but I'm in here, and then while I'm in here, I'm feeling all this energy. I was sitting on my bed, like just like this, sitting on my bed, just like this. Now, last video I showed you, last few videos I showed you where, okay, this is my bed, right? This is the wall that leads to the outside, right? Wow, the wall is vibrating. Um, that's the ceiling. That's the wall. On the other side of that wall is my bathroom. And then there's that's the wall that leads to my next door neighbor, but he's like elderly, disabled, partially deaf. I'm like, I'm not worried about him. If anything, it's probably the people that probably care for him that could be helping, but I don't have any proof of that. And then like there's the floor. Yes, I gotta mop my floor. There's the floor, but supposedly no one lives downstairs. So I'm sitting here, right? And I'm like feeling all of this like energy or whatever come from this direction. So I'm like, hmm. So remember what I told you all, that your hands your hands emit radiation from your body. Your hands emit radiation from your body. If you tense your hands just enough, like as if like you're about to like, tense your hands up like you're about to slap somebody, you tense your hands up, you begin to actually emit even more radiation from your hands. Um, there is a oh wait, you know what? Maybe I'll just pull it up here. There's a website that I learned about all of this. I mean, besides qigong or Reiki, there's a website that I really found out about the measurement of the there we go, right there. The measurement of the bioelectric energy that's emitted from your body. Uh, it's like backwards. Oh wait. Let me flip it. Boom. There you go. Measurement of the human biofield and other energetic instruments. Now this is kind of old, so I think the technology they're probably using this is, probably like really, really old. But I showed you all. I mentioned to you all before how each one of your fingers emits a specific amount of radiation or energy depending on a specific region of your body. Let me show you because they have an image here. That's the device that they use to actually capture the discharge, right? Right. So you see how there's like a thing that they put their finger on, and it basically can measure the I guess the discharge, and then it goes through like some type of process, and then it can be shown on a computer screen, and then that's what it would look like, right? That's of the human thumb, right? Now, when you think about it, right, that comes from the thumb. So imagine you remember all the images you see of your aura, or of your of your aura. Imagine that, but your entire body, right? Now, if they're using sensors, right? If they're using sensors that, and sensors basically scan and read light, and then and then that information is then converted, and then they'll be able to, once they can measure, they'll be able to know what the value is of that, that energy, light being emitted or whatever. That's where they find your frequencies within, like the that same type of, oh, look, so you can see, wait, I don't think, okay, you see that? I don't know if you saw it just now. That, saw that little blinking at the top right there? That is them. Well, that's all. Well, because, well, my camera shouldn't be active right now because that's the infrared sensors used by the camera. That's the infrared sensors for your camera. Oh wait, no, because that's also the ambient light sensor. That's the sensor that detects light. So like, if I was to put my phone to my face, like if I was on a phone call, that's the light that basically turns your phone black when you put your phone to your face. Or that's the sensor that's used, that's the sensor that's used to turn your phone screen off when you put your phone to your face. Or that's the sensor that's used to basically control the measurement of how bright your screen should be. But what these electronic companies don't tell us is that when someone hacks our phone, they actually gain access to all of these sensors. And all of these sensors is not just like one light, but it's actually several different beams coming from this one spot. So that one spot you see right there, if I had like a what's the word I'm looking for? Night vision. Like a night vision camera or something like that, or whatever. It will show dozens of little dots um that will project over an entire wall. There's a video on YouTube that you can actually find where this guy, he actually exposes how many of those little um you know infrared lights are projected from your sensors. So they can basically use those to scan your entire body for all your frequencies, and then use your phone as a transmitter, or from what I read from the low power low power wide area network survey article about remote patient care, your phone can be used as like a personal server. So like the phone would basically receive the bioelectric data from your body, store it on your phone, and then your phone will then transmit that data collected from your body to whatever cloud server or whatever that's that they're operating from. And then from that server, they'll be at some other remote location somewhere, just sitting at a computer, and or I don't know, probably going through their augmented brain or whatever, doing however they monitor everything. Anyway, so back to this. See if I can get this clear. Okay. It's not. It's not. Come on. All right. I think it's good enough. All right. Not that one. Okay. So dang, it's not clear enough. Trying to get it clear. There we go. All right. So here you see finger emission, right? Each one of your fingers emits the amount of radiation, or just the discharge of energy for each part of your different parts of your body. So this is one of the reasons why I say you can actually feel their frequencies coming into your body, because you are also emitting energy from your body. So as your hands and fingers are emitting energy, their energy coming in towards your body it will cause like an interference. Like, how like an anime or some shows where like they do like the combating energy blast. So like one person shoots a blast and then the other one shoots a blast, and then next thing you know, the blasts come together and then it's like a tug of war between two blasts. Well, that's basically what you would sense in your hand, but you can't move your hand really fast when you do it. It's you gotta like when you think about qigong or when you think about tai chi and you see them doing the exercise, they're moving very slowly. That's because they realize the slower they move, the more they can feel and sense the energies around their body. This is one of the reasons why I actually want to try to see if I can get in contact with, I don't know, like some monk or somebody who really practices or knows about the energy, the human energy. Because Western medicine is nah, it's not it. Um, and I mean, shoot, I learned about how to pull energy and stuff away from the body from Eastern cultures. So I was like, okay, but yeah. So like right now, they got a frequency on. They have a frequency. I'm back. They have a frequency like there's one kind of in. There's one coming in here, right? It's like I think they're probably going after my kidney. They're probably going after my kidney. But what I do, right? I just place my hand over the area and I just tense my hand up a little bit. So when I tense my hand up, slowly I'll start to feel like something is now um, surrounding or filling onto my hand, like something is like pulling onto my hand because it's like I'm creating a suction. It's like I'm creating a magnetic pull using my hand. And now, as I'm slowly pulling away, I've actually latched onto the frequency. The frequency is in between my thumb, the base of my thumb, like the base of my thumb and the base of my index finger. So it's in there, right? As I pull away, I can literally track where it's coming from, right? So if I follow it, as I follow it, I will feel the other end, the inner part of my palm, tingle even more. The more it tingles, the more I realize I'm getting closer to knowing exactly where it's coming from. So I follow it, 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 follow it. And you gotta hold on to it because sometimes they'll try to increase the power behind it so then it'll almost kind of like loosen up your fingers a little bit just so you lose it. Hold on to it. You hold on to it and you follow it. As you follow it, you then eventually find where it leads to. So right now I have my fan plugged up. My fan is plugged up to the outlet, but I don't think it's coming from there. So I keep following it, keep following it, keep following, keep following, keep following, and then all of a sudden you'll start to feel uh, a heavier sensation when you get closer to the object where it's coming from. And then that's when I start to remember it's coming from the phone. Now, peep this. Your cell phone is supposed to emit a certain amount of radiation, right? Now, this is my electromagnetic tester, right? Yeah, flip this again. This is my electromagnetic radiation tester, right? You see the threshold for electric field, 40 volts, and then magnetic field, zero point 0.4 microteslas, right? My phone, it's on. I have the Wi-Fi on. It's not plugged in, so it only should give off a certain amount of energy, right? But also note this: it's not near anything, and yet it's picking up on quite a bit of a magnetic field, right? It's not near anything, but yet you saw how the numbers were changing up and down. Now, remind you, they don't have to use a large amount. Yeah, they definitely just interfere with. So I lost connection because they're jamming my network. They do not want me telling you this, so I have to tell you this before I leave this earth. Because I realize if we can't get the people who are in positions of power to help us, we have to do everything we can to actually be able to tune ourselves. And that's very possible. It's very possible to tune yourself. But the only way to really truly do that is you have to be present. You have to be present. You can't be focused on the future. You can't be thinking about things that hasn't happened, and you can't be dwelling on things of the past that already happened. Because when you think about it, they're tuning you in the present. So if you are so busy thinking about, oh, I'm dying, or this is happening, or this they talking about this is going to happen, da, 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 you're giving them too much power. If you're allowing yourself to still be dwelling on things that happen, oh, this happened and that happened, you're giving them too much power. They're depending on you to always be in a constant state of stress. So you have to be in the present, and this is what you do. I think I try to mention it. I'm gonna keep mentioning this too. For 60 seconds, I'm gonna get back to that. But for 60 seconds, just try practicing thinking and feeling nothing. Try to practice thinking and feeling nothing. If you can go 30 seconds without thinking or feeling anything, you're pretty good. Or either maybe they probably just aren't going to mess with you then. But in hell, try to even extend it even more. Try to do 2 minutes. See if you could try that. Thinking and feeling nothing. Try to practice neutrality. You're not too excited about anything, but you're not also feeling, bad about anything. You're neutral. Neutral means you're able to basically sense anything that is happening at the very moment that you're in. What they're doing is they're tuning you. They're tuning you. And remember, your heart chakra is the base of all of your emotional energy. That's what they like to call it. That's the Western term for it, your emotional energy. Um, Easterners, they'll just call it your heart chakra is the source of just about all of your spiritual energy. Um, but they're basically tuning you to fear everything, right? But if you learn to practice being in the present moment, just practice not thinking or feeling anything, you can actually, and when you know and you're consciously trying not to think or feel anything, you will feel their asses. Look, and just as I said that, I felt like, well, one, I heard the high pitched tune go up in my right ear. And what I like to do is when I hear that, I take my index finger, my thumb, I pinch right in front of my ear, and then I pull away from the ear. As I pull away from the ear, you feel the interactions. You feel like something pressing, like you feel like something going against the other side, the outer side of your index finger and your thumb. Now, in between my index finger and thumb, it's as if like I'm holding a string with my finger and my thumb, and then someone's just going like this with the other end of the string. But I'm holding it tight enough so I just feel the vibration. As I pull away, it feels like I'm pulling a layer of something off of my skin. Like you know how like when you put glue on your hand, like when kids put glue on their hands and let it get cold, or let it let it firm up, and then you kind of peel it off, or like how like a like a like a an amphibian or whatever is shedding its layer or its outer its skin or whatever. They're like peeling it off. That's what this really is. Our bodies are basically encased in frequency. Our bodies are encased in this toxic ass radioactive frequency energy. So it's like when I say like you can literally peel off what they're putting on you, you'll feel it. I'm telling you, you'll feel it. Now, what else? So boom. Now I just turned it back on. I don't know why is it still giving a reading. It shouldn't be giving a reading when it's not near anything. It's not near anything, right? Now, man, look, it's still giving a reading even though it's not near anything, right? Now watch this. They turned it down because they know I'm recording. Of course, they gotta hide everything they do because it's secret. So that's what it looks like. That's what it looks like when it detects high levels of. That's for the electric radiation, right? The bottom is magnetic. Move away. Now the fan is plugged in. See? Now that seems pretty normal because I have to be that close just to get that reading to go off. Now before I even started recording, right? Before I even started recording, yeah. So right now they know I'm recording, so they have to actually simmer down whatever they're doing because they have to keep it secret, right? Now, mind you, if I were to plug my phone, if I plug my phone up, phone is plugged in, right? And you see the sensor still going, right? If I turn it off, right? The sensor should be off, right? Phone is plugged up. Now, still showing I'm getting readings of a field. I have no idea why I'm getting magnetic fields picked up on here, but you know, we all know what that is. So, all right. Now, notice how I basically had to like almost I basically almost had to like nearly touch this just to get it to go off, right? Come by the phone. Look, okay? But that's not even really the strange part, right? I was sitting here and I was feeling all this weird vibrational energy coming from the right side of my body, but there's a school there. I don't think there's no electrical outlets on this wall. So I had took my hand and I just went like this over with my right hand and I started to feel the vibrations coming from the wall. Now you heard that loud noise just now? Look, like I tell you, if you don't have proof of a particular person doing anything, don't go after anyone or try to, charge anyone with anything unless you have proof that they're doing it. But you can record everything that's in your environment. Now, I put it up against the wall. This is the wall. Why is there an electromagnetic field coming from the wall? Turn it on. See? Now, luckily for me, oh, you see that? And then it actually goes up higher. What is this? What could possibly be in this thing here? And this is not plugged in. What could possibly be coming from here to give off that much of a high radiation reading? There are no outlets. I don't think there's any electrical wires coming across this part of the building. I don't know. But I do remember like a couple years ago they did some construction on the building where um I'll probably do a video another day to show that, but it looked like they didn't really do much. They said they was removing asbestos. They said they claimed they was that's what the contractor said. The contractors claimed they were removing asbestos from the building. But then when they replaced the bricks that they took out, when they replaced the bricks that they took out from the building, they put these newer, strangely, oddly colored bricks. It's so different in color. You can tell which ones are the new bricks. One day I decided that I took my EMF reader to go out because I came across some information about there are now energy storing bricks. Like they basically make bricks um that have material in it that can absorb energy from like the sun or whatever, and I guess it's supposed to help with heat insulation or whatever the case may be. Maybe the energy is supposed to transfer into like, I don't know, but anyway, energy storing bricks. That means if the bricks are storing energy, then that means they have radiation. If they are storing energy, they're giving off an electromagnetic field, which is radiation. So I started thinking to myself, I was like, it would make sense if they wanted to try to see if they can, you know, speed up the process of their depopulation agenda. They would basically put energy storing bricks into buildings where there are people that are, considered low income or whatever, and they can use that energy against the people living in those quarters. Not only that, I also realized too that in order to better be able to track the movement of someone, especially if they don't have an electromagnetic or if they don't have an electronic device on them like a cell phone or something, what they do is they can surround you with electromagnetic fields. Those fields will then bounce off of your field or bounce off of your body, basically showing your entire body and just about everything that's of you. Let me show you something else. Let me show you something else. Right? Okay. Now, this app here, can't really make it up, but it's called Architecture Radio. V2K just called me a professional. They're like, this nigga's a professional snitch. All right. Digital visualization of the infosphere, right? Now, I've already looked up what digital cell towers are and everything, but for the most part, digital cell towers are, well, they're fake cell towers. So you see how that one says T-Mobile. Yeah, that one says T-Mobile. And then you see these unknown carrier, right? Unknown carrier, unknown carrier, unknown carrier, unknown carrier, unknown carrier, unknown carrier, AT&T, unknown carrier, unknown carrier, T-Mobile, T-Mobile. This one right here, which is, it says 108 meters. This same one right here, I've noticed this one from time to time, and it changes location. Yesterday it was 99 meters away. Now it's 103 meters away. The other day it was like 113 meters away. So that lets you know it's a mobile device that's being transported or moved around, right? So You see all these unknown carrier, unknown carrier, unknown carrier, unknown carrier, unknown carrier, AT&T, AT&T, AT&T. Letting you know right now, from what I have learned about unknown carrier cell towers, they're either being controlled or operated by police, intelligence agencies, hackers, or other nefarious groups. Um, Now, it doesn't necessarily say who is controlling and operating these unknown carrier towers, but you just know it's got to be one of the four. It's either a cop, an intelligence agent, a hacker, or some other nefarious group or entity. Why are there so many unknown carrier towers, right? What is the FCC doing, right? How is the FCC allowing this to happen? And I mean, like, because a regular cell tower, it's a structure. You know a cell tower when you see it. But if I were to take that same app and I would actually go out and try to look for, these unknown carrier towers, you wouldn't find them. They're not an actual visual, like physical structure. It's like basically it's either a mobile device or maybe I don't think meta surfaces will work in that sense. I don't think in a metaverse you can create a cell tower digitally on the earth and then it will emit the same signal. It will mimic or emit the same signals as a regular cell tower. I could be wrong, but you know what? Who knows? But anyway, so with that being said, and let me show you, just going back to the idea of like surrounding you around electromagnetic fields, right? So just going back to it, turn it back on. Okay, turn back on, right? Now you see those blooming, those, you see how it like blooms out like that? Let me see, trying to get, like, you see how it blooms out like that? That is how they basically keep you constantly surrounded and encased in radio waves, frequencies, electromagnetic fields. This is how they basically keep you encased. So you think that even if you leave your phone or all of your electronic device, all of your IoT devices, you think that if you leave all those things at home, you're good. No, you may be unaware that you are still walking through all of these different fields, right? See, it's like bloop, 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 bloop. You see all these different towers, all these different frequencies, all the different energy particles that's traveling. All of that, our bodies are still coming in contact with. That is probably one way on how they basically track us. So, yeah, I just wanted to let y'all know that I am still trying to live my life the best that I can, regardless of what they plan to do or regardless of what they're trying to do. But anyway, wish me luck on my trip. I leave sometime after midnight tonight. Um, you know, my girlfriend, she's really excited. Me, I'm focused because uh, yeah, when you're being targeted, you can't even allow yourself to be too excited about anything. So it's like you want to have just enough space. You want to have just enough space to be prepared for any type of disappointment. Like I've already ran through several scenarios in my head, including probably getting killed in a motel. I mean, because you know it happened. You know it happened. So it's like you might as well just let your emotion run through that real quick and then bring yourself back to the present. If you want to think about the future, it's that's cool if you think about the future. Just don't dwell on things that hasn't happened yet. It's okay if you want to think about it because you're just thinking about it just so you can prepare yourself in some way. There they go again. Yeah, they're always going to keep trying. They're always going to keep trying. But anyway, take life one breath. Remember, this is why I always say one breath, one thought, one step, one day at a time. You breathe subconsciously. Yeah. I mean, you don't necessarily think about that you're breathing. So just take one breath, one thought. Control your thoughts. Focus on one thought at a time. Anything that's intrusive or negative, get rid of that. Focus on one thought that makes you happy. One breath, one thought, one step. Don't worry so much about trying to run and rush to do everything. I've literally started to learn that it's so much better not to try to rush anywhere. I done my girl gonna be mad if I tell people this, but I done like I done what because my girl she loves to like rush everywhere. She loves to like not be um paradox. You must have missed this whole. You must have missed it. I have one already. Like this is it. I just showed them. You must have just came in later. But right, yeah. She loves to try to like always be places on time and stuff like that. Me, I'm like if I left at the time that I'm supposed to leave so I can make sure I get there on time, it's like cool. I know I'm gonna be there on time. So I'm not necessarily trying to rush. But then so many times where I realized, yo, if I rush, I probably fall or I don't know, lose something, not realize I lost something. Whatever. So it was one time where we were on our way home and we had to take the train. So she ran down the steps. She seen a train. She seen a train, and she was like, "Oh!" And then she ran. She tried to run, but then she fell. She fell in front of two people, but the sad part was she didn't fall in front of them. She split in between them, and they both just stepped to the side and watched her fall. That's New York. That's New York right there. They let her fall too. And so all I could do was I didn't laugh. I just picked up. I just picked up and just got on the train to try to help save her face or whatever. Then as I'm sitting there, she over there cracking up like, "Oh my goodness, I can't believe I fell. I don't remember the last time I fell." So she was cracking up about it, right? And then I looked up, and then I realized we're getting off at the next stop. And she's like, "Oh, okay." I was like, "Yeah, we're on the wrong train." So she was like, "What?" And I was like, "Yeah, we're on the wrong train." That's why I be telling you, don't run for nothing. I learned to stop running for things. But anyway, yeah, be patient, stay studious. They're not going to stop, so you can't stop either. Um, remember not to give them any, remember not to give them any more power than they already have. You know, so yeah, one breath, one thought, one step. Take your time, one step, one day at a time. Take life one day at a time. Don't stress yourself over the future so much because the future is not finite. You can do all the preparations that you want in the present day for the future, but it's not finite. So don't even stress over the weeks from now, months from now, years from now. Focus on everything that you can do right now that'll help direct you into the results that you want into the future. Peace.